This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Thursday. Good Thursday morning today. Again, who the hell cares what damn day it is? I don't give a damn. I get up every morning, I take a crap, I wipe my ass, I drink my milk, and I go out and I get harassed. So it could be Monday, Sunday, fun day, screw day. I don't care. Every day's the same, and you people know that, except you religious people. Sunday's a good day for you guys, and at least you can distinguish Sunday from the rest of the week where we got to put up with crap from these politicians. And speaking of politicians, we have some public servants with us today. We've got the Honorable Mayor of Washington Park, Mayor Ann Rodgers. She's fighting the fight, in my opinion, my words, of course, with these bastards in St. Clair County. Also, our guest, village consultant Ray Coleman, and my good friend, the president of the police board in Washington Park, Henry Big Hank Newell. And they're going to be with us in just a little bit. They're on their way in. And again, when these decent people come in, don't hold my undecent conversation against them. It's always a disclaimer. Mayor Rodgers, Ray Coleman, Hank Newell, they're here to be transparent. They're here to talk about the problems in Washington Park, what they're trying to do to solve these problems, the ass wipes that are trying to screw up Washington Park. So what I say, don't hold it against these good people. They're not here to endorse me. They're not here to endorse my language, my political philosophy, my good appearance. Well, I'd be really lying if I said that. But they'll be in momentarily. Also, coming in is the lone wolf of Cahokia, Mr. Jerry Nichols. And he's got some astounding information. I'll tell you what, their grass must be made of gold out in Cahokia. Cahokia spent, people, and you good people out there, some of you are starving. They've spent over $175,000 to cut the grass in Cahokia, $175,000. And you heard the story yesterday about the lady that went shopping at Snooks, got a bunch of groceries, 13.5% sales tax. She walked out. Then they tell me Curtis McCall, he shops at the Snooks, just like this lady, but he shopped at the Snooks in Belleville. He's been seen several times in Belleville, and Curtis, hell, I don't blame you. Who the hell's going to spend 13%? But here, Curtis, you put all your people to work after the election. You fired all those good union people. And here, I want to say to you union guys out there, what the hell's wrong with you? And I've got nothing but respect for the hardworking union members and union leadership. You let Kern get away with taking your tax dollars and our tax dollars and getting gift certificates to Walmart, a non-union shop, when they could have gave the gift certificates for Target. How disrespectful is that? Rick Stone used non-union labor building his house in Smithton. And then Bob Sprague? I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal. Bob Sprague, you asswipe, no-count son of a bitch. This bastard didn't even go to his dad's funeral. What do you think we got coming? But they fire all the union people out in Cahokia. It cost you people in Cahokia that are barely eating, barely paying your bills, cost you people about $2 million when it's all said and done. Bob Sprague didn't give a damn about the union people that they fired illegally. And I'm telling you, illegally, because they're all back to work. They're all going to get back pay, and they deserve it. But now, McCall's got not only the good union people that he had to put back to work, disrespecting the whole union body all throughout St. Clair County, he's got his people still on the payroll. They've got people $30 an hour patrolling a park, a 3-4 acre park that nobody's in. But anyway, we'll talk about that with Jerry Nichols. I want to say a good friend of mine, a good friend of the people of Belleville's, Chief Barry Beal. He was a Belleville chief of police. He had guys around him like Dennis Weisbrot, James Goody Goodwin. These guys were policemen back in the day. They never gave no crap, but they never took no crap. But our good friend Barry Beal died last night. What a great guy. What a great police officer, a great friend, and I know friend and family will be mourning today and throughout the rest of their lives. And I want to say, and I don't want to bring Mayor Spicer from Freeburg up in this, but he called, and a gentleman, one of his constituents, one of his friends, one of the great people in Freeburg was involved in a fatal accident. Brian Westerfield, 47 of Freeburg. You know who called me this morning? Mayor Seth Spicer. And you know what he said? Bob, would you please let the Westerfield family know that me, my family, and our family, our entire family in Freeburg, our prayers and thoughts go out to the Westerfield family. He said, I just want to let the Westerfield family know that we the people of Freeburg, are here for them. And he said, what a great loss to everybody in Freeburg. See, that's what a public servant, that's what a decent person does. Do you think, and I really shouldn't go there, but you know me, I don't give a damn. Do you think Mark Maximus Vaginas Pussy Boy Eckert, the mayor of Belleville, would call me and say, hey, Bob, you're a no good son of a bitch, I don't like you, but will you please, for me and everybody in Belleville, give our condolences to the Barry Beal family? You think that son of a bitch would do that? You rotten bastard piece of crap. And I want to apologize to the Beal family because I shouldn't have went there, but I just felt compelled to do that. But Barry Beal, we hope you rest in peace. One hell of a man. Barry Beal, the ex-chief of Belleville, passed away last night. And I know a lot of the police officers that worked with him, they're going to miss him because he was one good leader. Barry Beal.
One hell of a man.
Barry Beal, rest in peace. I want to say hi to Terry and Sherry Mankirk. Great friends, really good listeners of the program, and thank you very much. You just see, sometimes you get crap, it just pisses you off. And also want to say happy birthday to our good friend, ex-St. Clair County Deputy Sheriff Arnie Farney. It's his birthday today. And Arnie, you have a good birthday, buddy, and we wish you a whole bunch more. Where are we at? Hey, 1190 KQQZ is your new home for the Chicago Bears. We will be telecasting or broadcasting all the Chicago Bears games since we lost those asswipe Rams. And especially here on the Illinois side, I think we identify more with the Chicago Bears than the Rams. We were going to get the Kansas City Chiefs, but we let KMOX have the Kansas City Chiefs. But we are the new home of the Chicago Bears. Also, we are, thank you. No, you're not clapping for me. Also, we're the home of the Fighting Illini, both basketball and football. We'll be broadcasting all the Fighting Illini basketball and football games. And also, we're going to broadcast Cubs next year on our sister station, WQQW, out of Highland. 1510, we'll be broadcasting all the Cubs games. So, Insane Broadcasting's on the move. Probably on the move right to the insane asylum, but that's okay. Don't really give a damn. Where are we going to go before our guests come in? Oh, tomorrow, we're going to be at the Madison County Courthouse at 10 o'clock. There was a editorial in the paper. This veteran has a meltdown. He gets in a little bit of crap, as we all do. He gets treatment. The doctor says ready to come back to work. And Alan Dunstan, the chairman of the board in Madison County, will not let this proud veteran, a military hero. This guy was a lieutenant colonel in the service. Hey, Dunstan, I bet you didn't spend one day in the service, you rotten bastard. But the radio station, we're going to broadcast live from the courthouse. All the vets will be there, and I hope there's 1,000 vets there. And Dunstan, you'll have your greasy white ass out of town probably. You no good son of a bitch. You're not just disrespecting that one veteran. You're disrespecting every military hero that's died in defense of our country. This man has a right to go in that courthouse. The guys that are charged with rape, robbery, drug dealing, murder, they go to that same courthouse to go to the public defender's office, to go to their probation office. But because a guy had a problem at home, got treated, he had PTSD, got treated for it, and now you being the god of Madison County, hey, Dunstan, I don't like the way you look, you stupid son of a bitch. I don't like anything about you. I don't like anything about politics. We have to have politics. But this issue in Madison County, and I would ask every veteran, and we're not leading the charge, we're just supporting the cause. I would ask every veteran, every person that has a veteran in their family, every person that loves the veterans for what they've done, to come there tomorrow and show your disdain for these politicians, not public servants don't do that. Elected officials that are public servants don't do that. These are these ass-wipe, no-count, good-for-nothing son of a bitch. They're suing in federal court, and I hope to hell he wins. But Leviti is his name, is a decorated combat veteran who dedicated decades of his life to protect his nation and serve our great country. And these ass-wipe politicians are going to tell him he can't go to his job at the VA office in the courthouse. I guess they don't like him for some reason, but hey, we don't like you, Madison County political leaders, Democratic political leaders, and if they were Republicans, I would say the same, because as you know, I'm an equal opportunity political hater. Before our guests come in, and these are proud black people from Washington Park, Illinois has the highest black unemployment rate in the United States, 15-point-some%. And I want to ask, and I won't put our guest on the spot, but I want to ask every decent, proud black person, man and woman, what the hell has the Democratic Party in St. Clair County done for you in the last 20, 30 years? And you know what the problem with the proud black community? You guys are just too loyal. You're just too loyal. Year after year, they use you, they abuse you, they take your votes. They come down and kiss your ass one day, and then you're kissing their ass the other 364. You can't get jobs from these people in Belleville. But I have to say, it's the proud black community's fault. You've enabled the boys in Belleville. See, you take a little bit from the boys in Belleville. You know the old adage, they give you a fish because you're hungry. They make you hungry because they won't give you jobs. They give you a fish. So tomorrow, you got to come up when you get hungry and ask for another fish. So you'll be dependent on them. You'll be beholding to them. I, on the other hand, believe everybody should be given a fishing pole to give you the opportunity to eat every day. And you heard me, that's the opportunity. If you're too lazy to go out, take that fishing pole and go out and fish for yourself, bring it home and eat it, then that's on you. But see, these ass-wipe, no-count, the Bob Spriggs, the Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, the John Red on the noodle like a pecker on the Poodle Bear Civic, these no-good son of a bitches, they want to keep you on the plantation. And they keep a lot of white people on the plantation up in the outer county because they know if they lose control, they'll lose the election. So I would just ask the proud black people, not just below the hill, but all throughout St. Clair County, all throughout this country, Most of you are strong Democrats. What the hell have you got in return for your loyalty to the Democratic Party? You got crapped on. They don't want to see you. I want to see you know why I want to see everybody get ahead of the game? I don't mind taking my tax dollars and helping somebody eat that can't afford it. Because I'm not going to let anybody starve. But I would hope everybody would get a job. Then my tax dollars wouldn't have to go to feeding them. It'd go to building bridges. I want to see everybody be independent. You don't want your wife or your husband around because you've got something holding over their head. You want them around because they want to be around. The blacks should be Democrats because they want to be Democrats. That's not it, people. You guys have been trained. You've been brainwashed. Now, if the Republicans get in office, and I don't even like that name, Republicans, Democrats, but it's the Republicans and Democrats, the organizational people that keep us separated. But during this election, every man, woman, black and white, think about what the Democratic Party in St. Clair County has done for you in the last 40 years. You know what you've done for them? You've put them back in office. And by putting them in office, you know what they do for you? They screw you time after time. Here's Kern going to spend probably $500,000 on ads with his picture on TV, on radio, and billboards. I asked him to take $50,000 off the table. I'll take $50,000 of my money off the table. Let's feed the poor. No, he don't want to do that. That vain bastard, he wants his name up there. People can't eat your name. People can't eat your billboard. Maybe you can go to the Y and eat something, Kern, but that's a different story.
Where's the dress? Where's the dress? Tell me where's the dress? Where's the dress?
Now, Mo, let's get on down to the store and get some lipstick and some rouge.
Where's the dress? Hey, Joe, why don't we do this thing up right and get some of them ostrich plumes?
You know,
where's the dress?
I was wondering if they made a pink pump in a size 12, Mo.
Where's the dress? You don't...
Hey, Kern, I want to apologize. Maybe you don't spend all your money on billboards. How much do you spend on dresses and makeup, you rotten bastard? Our guests are on their way in, but remember this. What the hell has the Democratic Party done, not just for the proud black community, the proud white community in St. Clair County? They've taken all these years, and let me tell you, we've got the good people from Washington Park coming in that have joined forces with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, which have joined forces with the New Vision Democrats. We've got Jerry Nichols. They're the Cahokia division of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. You people understand, this is a patriotic movement to take our county back. This is not a political organization. We're a bunch of different people from different backgrounds, different colors, men, women, black, white, Democrats and Republicans have united. It's got so bad we've had to unite to destroy this culture of corruption. We're going to do it, and we hope everyone joins us as members of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, because together, people, together, we can make a difference. With me, and it is an honor and a privilege, the mayor, the most beautiful mayor I think Washington Park has ever had. Of course, when you get guys like Jap Thornton and Sherman Sherrill, hell, that don't take much, but this is one beautiful lady. She's a beautiful lady inside and out. Now, you know, in the past, we've had differences, but see, that's what people do. People can have differences. Hell, I don't want to dress like you guys. I don't want you dressing like me. I don't want you having my same thought, driving the same color, same kind of car. That's what the United States is about. It's about diversity. And we can I fought with my mom and dad every other day. I love my son. I fought with my son. We're going to fight with family. If we fight with family, we're going to fight with friends. But at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for our people. Not our black people, not our white people, but we Americans. Marianne Rodgers is here. Village consultant Ray Coleman. And Henry Newell, the president of the Police and Fire Board in Washington Park. Mayor Rodgers, it's an honor and a privilege to have you. I don't know so much about those two. Why do you hang with two ugly guys when you could be hanging with me?
Well, you know, I can be hanging with you.
Okay,
absolutely.
Well,
Thank
let's
you.
throw our asses to the curb.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
Mayor,
you.
let me tell you what, and we've had some differences.
Yes.
And I want to semi-apologize, because when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. I didn't know your vision, because like these politicians, they never tell the people what's going on. They're never transparent.
Okay.
But with your transparency, I've came to know that you really have the village interest at heart.
Absolutely.
But there's some asswipe, no count, good for nothing son of a bitches out there that don't want you to be successful.
That
you
is
don't
correct.
care about being successful. You told me off the air, you care about making that town successful. It's not about Ann Rodgers, you said. It's about the town. But then this is my word. You got asswipes like Chili Pepper. You know Chili Pepper, don't you? Ferris Williams, you asswipe bastard. I give that son of a bitch $35,000 to run for mayor against you. And well, see, you're lucky that he took the money and screwed me with it because, well, you were the better candidate. But we were fighting. And Ricky Thomas, these guys, in my opinion, they don't give a damn about the people of Washington Park. They just want to see you be a failure. And it appears to me, Mayor Rodgers, that these guys are doing everything they can, taking all their resources, all their energy, and not putting it towards positivity in Washington Park to help the really good people of Washington Park that I'm from. It's like they want to destroy them because they don't like you.
Well, it actually happens. I was born and raised 5 years old when me and my family actually moved to Washington Park. I was 5. At 21, I joined the Washington Park Concerned Citizens, where me and the former trustee Yolanda Clark, Lonnie Davison from the Monitor, Vera Stewart, we came in ready to work at 20. I was 21 years old. So I've always had the interest of the village of Washington Park. From there, of course, it actually led me to where I am actually today. So when I'm walking in, I'm not walking in about the titles. I'm not walking in about the politics of it all, because Washington Park, being a depressed community, we definitely deserve better.
Yeah.
So again, we are in it, with my great heart. I know what the people deserve, and that's what it's all about for me.
Well, I got to tell you what, you're a tenacious lady, because you fought me, you fought everybody. But now I've seen the vision. But before we go any further, I'd be remiss. I got to say, your dad, Red Rodgers,
absolutely
is the most wonderful. And I'm saying this not because you're sitting across from me. He's been the most decent person to me in Washington Park the last 30 years. Yes. And I just want to acknowledge what a great father you have in Red Rodgers.
I thank you for that. My dad has actually been one of my, not just my dad, my whole family, but my dad is one of my greatest supporters. And I wouldn't be here, of course, if it wasn't for them. But just to have him beside me is just wonderful.
Yeah,
and I thank him for that.
And you got the best. Mayor, there was a situation that came up, and I don't know at any point in time, Ray Coleman's with us, the village consultant, a great guy. He worked on President Obama's campaign, was one of the people that I would assume helped get Obama elected, because Obama's been there 8 years, good, bad, or indifferent.
That's right.
But there's a situation brewing up there that these guys are trying to flip the script on you allegedly, and I know it didn't happen, giving out a Social Security number. But see, they'll take all their energies.
That's right.
Instead of putting them in a positive light, they want to try to make you look bad. And you and Ray Coleman and Henry Newell, you guys from your organization out there, you're fighting hard, and you're spending some time having to fight back instead of fighting for the people of Washington Park. And I don't think the people of Washington Park appreciate what Ricky Thomas, what Ferris Williams, Chili Pepper. Hey, Chili and Ferris, get your black asses in the town. You ought to live in that town to be concerned about that town. But what's going on with that situation? You or Ray, somebody chime in, let me know.
Well, I'll actually get started here. Of course, I got a call from Bessie Bruce, Channel 2 on yesterday, about a situation about a Social Security number that I supposedly had presented out to the public, which is absolutely not true. July 19th, 2016, I actually received a call from St. Clair County just asking a question: was I trying to change my judges? And I told them, my election judges in Precinct 3,
right.
I told them absolutely not. From there, I was told that, well, your signature is not listed on the document. They actually, of course, had faxed it over to my office just to review, not to review any Social Security numbers, but whatever happened, I had a discussion with my elected board, just my personal board, about the matter.
In executive session, so to speak.
Well, yes, just giving the information to them just to talk, because as elected officials, we have a code of confidentiality. We all know that. To actually state that I presented this information out to the public, that is actually farthest from the truth. I wanted to make it a conversation piece, and on that document, I had said to, of course, our clerk, where did this all come from? Okay, so this is where it led off today. So to me, in my opinion, of course, this is actually just a political stunt, because me being a former underwriter, I know the sensitivity of course, a social security number, that you cannot actually present that,
right,
information out to the public. So of course, I had the opportunity to even watch, the news, and my question today is, I was presented from Bessie Bruce about a social security number, but then, as I looked at the newscast, it talked about my election judges, being corrupt. So what are we talking about today? Are we talking about social security numbers? Or are we talking about precinct 3 election judges being corrupt? So in my opinion, get the story right.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, here, and this whole story, here's the underbelly for you people that don't know, because Ann Rodgers, the mayor of Washington Park, Ray Coleman, Henry Newell, these guys are proud black people. They wouldn't step and fetch for Sprague. So Sprague's got his white, greasy hands. And, hey, Sprague, wipe your hands, because you might have pissed on your hands as you were pissing in your pants, you ignorant stupid. And he's the chairman of the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee. And they say, Bob, man, you can't talk about a big shot like that. Hey, you can kiss my white, hairy, wrinkled, stinky ass, old ass, Bob Sprague, because I don't give a damn about you. The people of St. Clair County don't give a damn about you. We've exposed you rotten bastards. You guys aren't big shots. But anyway, Mayor, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but all this crap started because you guys wouldn't step and fetch for Sprague. Is that about the whole crux of it, or don't you want to go there? It's up to you.
Well, I'm actually here today to actually to state my case, because unfortunately, ever since October 2015, I've been having too many people talk for me. I'm a grown woman, and I can speak for myself. So with that, I have to say that it is a lot going on. Of course, my former chairman, my former friend, my former mentor, Mr. Willie Big Mac McIntosh, who is just an absolutely great friend of mine who I dearly miss. But how did this all start? And we go back to probably October, when I had a conversation with someone, and let's be real, let's be frank. That conversation came to me, and it actually stated was, in order for the county to actually work with you, you need to get rid of Ray Coleman. And I met Ray Coleman and Big Mac at the same time in the same place. So if I actually, in my opinion, get rid of Ray Coleman, I will be getting rid of everyone that anyone asks me to get rid of. And I don't think that that's fair to that person. I don't think it's fair to that individual. When I came in with those individuals and I was greeted,
right,
with them. So that's my take on it. But now we actually get to these stories of, again, Ann Rodgers wants to tell her own story. Ann Rodgers, when you say, hey, is she a Republican? I grew up, with my family. I was a Democrat. So do not state who I am. I can only tell you who I am. I am Ann Rodgers. I am a Democrat. So if I am an independent Democrat, let me just do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Mayor, I agree with you. I appreciate it. But here's what happens, Mayor, and you just brought it all out. Sprague wants to come down below the hill. He wants to dictate your policies in Washington Park. He wants to dictate the policies in Centerville and Allerton. And you guys are elected officials by your people to have your policy. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Ann Rodgers, Ray Coleman, Henry Newell. We'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. With me again, our honored guest and the beautiful, beautiful mayor of Washington Park, Angie Rodgers. And Mayor, number one, I want to thank you for taking the time to come in. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for giving the people, the good people of Washington Park, the information. See, most politicians duck. They duck my show. They duck talking to people. You've come to the hot seat. You've come on the dark side. You've talked to the people. So, see, and you're going to make it out alive. So you ask why politicians, unlike Ann Rodgers, a public servant, you guys are welcome to come on. But, Ann, let's talk about the lighter side, the more positive side. I have seen the town being clean. I have seen you guys out there, you, Ray Coleman, Henry Newell. You guys have all come together, and you've really done good for the village of Washington Park. That's where I grew up. That's where I was born. And when I drive through there, I can see some very, very positive changes. Now, if you listen to ignorant son of a bitches like Chili Pepper, Ferris Williams, if you listen to these other bastards, you're going to get a different story. But if you drive through Washington Park, if you see the activity, I think that you need to be commended, Mayor, for a job well done with your leadership.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, what I don't like, Bob, is that I find a lot of times even, I always tell a person, tell me what you know. Don't tell me what you heard.
Right.
And one of the things, of course, that I found out is that when a lot of whether you're my opponents or what have you, you're knocking on doors and you're telling a resident this and you're telling a resident that. Again, tell them the truth. Because if you're not, in my opinion, coming to our meetings and things of that nature, don't go knock on their door and tell them something that's not true. Yeah. But again, we have a lot of wonderful things that's going on in Washington Park. I thank my administration, from my police chief, Mr. Tony Tomlinson, my superintendent, public works superintendent, Mr. Tommy Dancy. It goes from the top, Chuck Schreiber, who's actually on our fire department, police chief. So I have a wonderful administration that actually knows my vision and where we're going. So we, as of Tuesday as well, we actually had these Southwestern Illinois prisoners to come back. One thing that I've been definitely pretty much been in tune with the prison about having them to return to Washington Park. And as of Tuesday, they are here, and I want our residents to know great things again is actually happening in Washington Park, and I don't want to take anything away from my consultant. We are doing wonderful things, and I am very excited, but I know that we have a long way to go.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's let Ray, because I know, Mayor, that you're not the kind of lady to like to blow her own horn, but you've done a great job. So, Mr. Coleman, the village consultant, who's done an excellent job also.
Absolutely, wonderful job, Mr. Ray Coleman.
Very well-versed gentleman. Mr. Ray Coleman, can give us some positivity about Washington Park, will you?
Oh, I would love to, Bob. But first of all, I would be remiss if I didn't commend you, first of all, for having this show and giving mayors like Ann Rodgers and other leaders who are willing to speak the truth to power.
Well, thank you.
And that's what you stand for. That's what you represent. Now, you may not like this, what I'm getting ready to say.
That's all right.
But God is using you, young man. You can talk about these religious people and all that.
No,
but
I like religious people.
Yeah.
I just, see, I to tell you, and we'll get it back in, but see, I love religious people, and if a person's truly religious, but if there is a God up there, I'm still confused, and I can't lie to a God, so I'm not an atheist. I hope there is a God. I hope there is something out there, but I just get conflicted when I see a 2-year-old boy die of a horrific death, and it just kind of conflicts me. But anyway, let's get on to the positivity of Washington.
Right.
Thank you.
And also, it would be remiss if I didn't say on behalf of my wife, Cynthia Coleman, and I, how grateful we are to being friends, not just a consultant, a business relationship with Mayor Rodgers. But Mayor Rodgers is a friend, not only a friend, but to me, she's my little sister. And I take offense to how I have seen her be treated, not only by Ricky Thomas, the clerk who puts too much politics into our governing, but also Bob Sprague and Mark Kern and these guys. There's a difference between governing and politics. To give you an example, there were some cars. We've gotten cars from the county before, no problem. But now that Mayor Rodgers is deciding that she's a big girl and she wants to run her village the way she sees is best for her village. Some people don't like that, and so the county decided they would not give her cars, and you got Ricky Thomas running around town bragging and saying that the mayor or the village will not get nothing without his endorsement. But let me pivot quickly from that and say that since May 7, 2013, when Mayor Rodgers took over, we have not missed a payroll.
Yeah,
the village used to be in the news
positive.
all the time. So we have responsible fiscal accountability. There was no books. The village had not had an audit since 2003, annual financial report to the state comptroller's office. Since 2004, had not had an audit with the TIF. So there was some corruption in the village of Washington Park. But I can say, because I tell the mayor and the mayor says to me, I'm not putting on an orange jumpsuit for anybody, and she's saying she's not putting on an orange jumpsuit for anybody. So Mayor Rodgers has an open door policy. Anything that's good for Washington Park, bring it on. Bring it on. And I would also be remiss if I didn't say this. Ann Rodgers was encouraged by her former police chief, Aubrey Keller, and the current corporate counsel, Eric Evans, to come on your show, Bob. Probably in 2013 or 14. I was sitting in a restaurant at Sweetie Pies with the mayor and Big Mac. Bob Sprague, after it was announced she was coming on your show, Bob Sprague called Big Mac and said he would never do anything for Mayor Rodgers if she came on your show.
Yeah.
Okay?
So that they want to keep you proud blacks on the plantation, and you guys aren't going to be. You guys are fighters. You're fighting for your community. And, you know, you guys have brought good things. People like the New Vision Democrats, you brought good things to the proud black community. Yeah. And these white guys in Belleville, I don't want to make it racist because it's more political than racist. Right. They're losing control of you guys. They're not having control, and you guys are finally realizing that it's not about the party, it's about the person. Let's elect people that are going to do something for your community. We don't give a damn a Democrat or Republican.
Right. Bob, even bigger than that.
That's right.
We have to draw the line of demarcation between politicking, campaigning, and governing. Yeah. We have some people who campaign all the time. When you start a campaign, you build from a foundation. Those people who believe in you and they're willing to support you, go out and knock on doors for you. That's right. If you're fortunate to win, like this mayor here, I call her the customer service mayor. It doesn't matter if you supported her, if you did not support her, look, Bob, you spent money to knock her off.
$35,000. Yeah, you owe me that money, Mayor. Yeah, come on.
And shame on you, Bob, because you didn't listen to me.
That was a mistake.
I've always said from the first day I met Ann Rodgers, didn't know her. She walked in the door, and I said, "This can be the next mayor of the village of Washington Park." So I've been there with her from day one and don't plan to leave her side. And I absolutely commend her once again because I have been an albatross around her neck.
Yes.
I am a very controversial person, not because I'm corrupt, but because I fight against the culture of corruption.
Yeah. You know what, guys, we're kind of running out of time for this segment, but and Ray Coleman and I, we've had our differences, but I've got to know Ray Coleman. And you know why, Mayor? You know why? Sprague says as long as Ray Coleman's there, you're getting nothing, because they know that Ray Coleman's a fighter. They know that he's not a plantation Negro. They know that he's going to fight for his people, black and white, as you are. That's what pisses these bastards off. Mm-hmm. And Belleville, take notice that the people below the hill, the people that put you in office, the people that respected you all these years, they've lost all that respect, and in turn, you're going to lose all that support. It's time to go. Ray Coleman, it's an honor to have you here. I'm glad that you're associated and working side by side by Mary Ann Rodgers. She's done a great job, but as she said, she can't do it by herself.
That's right.
It takes a village, and I'll tell you what, the village of Washington Park is on the move, Mayor, and I want to salute you. Thank you very much. We're going to have you come back on, and really, we have more time to talk about the positive side of Washington Park.
It's great things going on.
Mr. Ray Coleman, give you the last word.
It's about good government, Bob, and that's what we're about. This is a progressive mayor here, and Washington Park is on the move.
Well, thank you very much, and I want to thank also silent but mighty President of the Police and Fire Board for Washington Park, Henry Newell. He's more like the muscle. Henry, thanks for not taking any time. Henry says, hey, I'll defer my time to the mayor and Ray Coleman. So thank all you guys very much. You people in Washington Park, understand it's not what Ricky Thomas or Chili Pepper Ferris Williams say. It's what the good people of Washington Park, the leadership. Ray Coleman is a village consultant. Mary Ann Rodgers, Henry Newell. It's what they do that makes that town great. Don't forget it, people. People, thank you very much. And again, don't hold what I said or what I ever say against these three good people. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Thanks for being fair and honest with the good people of Washington Park. They've got what they deserve at this point. Very good government and leadership.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, very proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, I want to sincerely thank Ray Coleman, Ann Rodgers, and Henry Newell for coming in, taking the time. See, that's what all political people should do. That's what all public servants do. They take the time to let their constituents, their bosses, know what's going on. Take a word of heed on that, Kern, Sprague, Eckert, Barra-Civic, you rotten bastards. You never give a damn about the people that put you in office. You better give a damn, because those same people will put your asses out of office. With me now, our good friend, great friend of mine, great friend of the people of Cahokia, the lone wolf of Cahokia, the man fighting the fight for all the good people of Cahokia, black, white, men or women, Democrats and Republicans, our good friend, the lone wolf, Jerry Nichols. Jerry, how the hell you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Bob. I'm just up here to put a little bit of stuff out on the grass cutting and whose fault it is and take the fault off of somebody else.
Here, I want to know, Jerry, you actually, Cahokia spent this summer $175,000 on grass cutting?
Yeah, that's on this sheet here. I haven't received this. This comes straight out of the clerk's office. I got all the check numbers and everything has been written. They took the grass cutting away from code enforcement, which we handled. We never went over 80, maybe 100,000 for the years we was in there. We had more lawns to cut. Now,
less lawns and more money now.
Right, and they have given this to Mike Crockett Jr., your St. Clair County Board of Review member. He's in charge of this now. Code's not. So
how the hell does he work for the village?
No, he's not been assigned to nothing as far as I know.
Well, how can he dictate anything in the village of Cahokia if he's not employed by the village of Cahokia? Let's get the Department of Labor in, because if he's not employed, He has no jurisdictional right or authority to do anything in Cahokia.
Well, that's what I thought, but they stop me on that every time I ask about it. And I did go, on the FOIs, they've got me all these receipts. I got them all in this envelope. And the bottom dollar on this, it's $174,367.50 from April 27th till now. But there's 2 grass cutters that hasn't turned in two bills. So it's over $200,000 right now.
For cutting grass. And who, Jerry, who are the ones that are receiving the money for cutting the grass?
Well, you got Premier. That'd be McCall's brother.
Wait a minute. Curtis McCall's brother he's got his brother. You see, there you go, people. All the inbreeding all throughout St. Clair County with these Democratic bastards. His brother has made how much for the village of Cahokia?
$51,000 already this year.
$51,000 for a couple months with a lawnmower cutting grass. See, right. You people in Cahokia, you better understand. Give me another name.
You got Jethro. I don't know Jethro. He fought McCall for years in Centerville, but now he's...
Well, McCall's slick. He's a slick politician. Right. He takes care of his enemies more than he takes care of his friends, and he has nobody fighting him. But this Jethro, how much did he make?
He's made over $49,000.
For cutting grass.
Then you got 4R Lawns or 4-year lawns. That is Wes Wolford. He runs the Village Water Company. His wife is on the board, trustees. Their business license are in his and her name, which is illegal because it's a conflict. Which I did say that to Sprague, that they can't bring that across the board and vote on this because it's conflict of interest paying him. But he's made $31,000, but he hasn't turned all his bills in.
Yeah, we probably spooked him, but now he's the son of one of your village board members.
No, he's the dad. Wes Wolford and Rhonda, that's the parents of the Ralph Wolford. You know, the son also got a job at the park.
Well, that's what I say. All this political people in Cahokia understand this. All Curtis McCall's people that they've promised 1,000 jobs to, they haven't given out many jobs, and the jobs they've given out to are family and friends. So I hope the people of Cahokia this next election, Jerry, understand what's going on.
Well, then you got Crockett. You know, Mike Crockett Jr. is running the show here. And yesterday, I put a thing out on Facebook, public, and people want to know, and what you want answers why grass is not getting cut. So Crockett, here you are. Here's your phone number. Call this man.
Well, what is Mike Crockett's number? Let's give his number out so the good people of Cahokia can call. Call Mike Crockett and ask that ignorant, stupid son of a bitch who's an ass boy for Bob Sprague, the Democratic Central Committeeman. Ask Mr. Crockett why you're spending $200,000 of your hardworking, earned taxpayers' money in Cahokia so somebody can line their pockets with a bunch of money. Give me that number, Jerry.
Mike Crockett Jr. is 618-781-8148.
Give it again.
618-781-8148.
People call this ignorant son of a bitch. Do you guys understand? Jerry Nichols, over $200,000. There's people in Cahokia that can't pay their electric bill. Both Democrats and Republicans, black or white. There's people that are starving, black and white, in Cahokia. And these son of a bitches are paying their friends and their family $200,000 to cut grass.
That's a lot. It's going to be over $250,000 time they're done next month. And that's just way too much.
You know, there needs to be a criminal investigation. To me, that's criminal. Something's not right. I mean, there's a smell there. It won't pass the smell test, I don't believe.
Well, we haven't had a board meeting since June 15th. The 15th of September, that'll be 3 months since we've had a board meeting.
Unbelievable.
So how are you paying bills? How are you making anything work if you don't have a board meeting?
Yeah. Well, that's lack of leadership.
I've been to the trustee. I've been to the clerk's office twice yesterday. I called him twice. They won't talk to me. I called him this morning before I left to come here. He will not answer his phone. So that's the kind of stuff your trustee has to put up with.
Yeah. Do you see? But see, people listening out there, you got Washington Park, the beautiful mayor of Washington Park. You got Jerry Nichols and Cahokia, not so beautiful. But below the hill, see, Sprague and Kernan, these guys, they only give a damn about you at election time. When are you people in East St. Louis, Washington Park, Centerville, Allerton, Cahokia, Brooklyn, when are you guys going to understand that they're using you poor people? They're using you. Let's don't let them use us in 2016, November the 8th. Let's send a message of these people. Jerry, we've got a couple more minutes. 13.5%.
It's 13.1%
13.1
on food and beverage, and it's 5 cents on alcohol. It was 2% on alcohol. So after McCall got in there, his words were, "I'm going to undo everything that Cornwell done." So we had a restriction on the alcohol because of the trouble we were having. Well, after he got in, he gave everybody back their alcohol, and 1 year later, he let all these little stores put in fryers and grills to sell food. And 1 year later, he raised our food and beverage to 13.1%. That's the highest anywhere.
That's probably the highest in the nation, actually.
And then they raised their alcohol. So now he's taxing the people that got him in there.
Yeah.
So he's just stuck it to them all.
Well, that's what I heard of a good story, that a gal actually walked out of Schnucks in Cahokia. And people of Cahokia, do you understand? Curtis McCall has to raise all these taxes so he can pay his family and friends, and got to pay this $250,000 grass cutting bill. That's hurting you people in two ways. You're having to pay more for taxes when you buy food. So what are you doing? You're going out of town. The city is losing tax money, and the businesses don't have any business. So they're eventually, Curtis McCall and his administration, are going to drive the businesses out of Cahokia. So it's just a downward spiral, Jerry.
It is. I've had talks with White Castle and Kentucky Fried Chicken and all of them. It's going to hurt them in the long run. They can't keep not having business.
No. Well, hell, the politicians are running all the decent business. You'll see Walmart will be closing down before it's all over.
Well, it could be. This is the worst I've ever seen it in Cahokia. I've been there all my life. I'm 63 years old, and I've seen a lot. I love Cahokia. I'm not leaving. I got plans on a couple years down the road, and I'm not leaving Cahokia. I'm here for the people, and I want them to come out and support the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition in 16, and we got it. We have to win this election.
Well, let me tell you, Jerry, before we go, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, again, you hear me day in and day out, uniting Democrats, Republicans, men, women, black and white. You guys were Democrats, and you're still Democrats per se, but you're independent Democrats. You guys have wised up. You're going to vote the person, not the party, because you followed Democratic leadership, that corruption for all these years, and you finally saw the light. And if you guys see somebody that's a Democrat that's good, you're going to vote. But if you see somebody on the other side, so the people of Cahokia, the people of St. Clair County, especially below the hill, don't let these ass white Democrats say, you can't vote for that guy because he's a Republican. If a Republican wanted to give you $1 million to feed your family, you would take it. You would take the help. And that's what you have to think about. You got to vote the person, not the party. Jerry Nichols, last word.
I got one thing to say to Kern and both McCalls and Crockett. You know, there was an investigation, and there still is an investigation. What I said on the radio on Bob Romanik show, the Grim Reaper show, is very true. It's still here. So just sit back and wait for it.
Stay tuned, because we're going to get into all that momentarily. Kern's not going to be investigated, and his boss, is not found out why by the federal authorities. Think about it, people. They're trying to hide it, but they can't. Hey, listen, tomorrow we'll be broadcasting live from the Madison County Courthouse in Edwardsville, Illinois. We're going up in support of not just Brad Leviti, not just one veteran that they won't let in the courthouse. We're going up to support all our veterans. Even more than that, we're going up to support America, the America way of life. Freedom, people, freedom. Let's all, if we can, make it to the courthouse in Madison County, Edwardsville. Let's support not just Brad Van Liete, not just the veterans. Let's support this great United States of America, the greatest country on this earth, the most free country. Let's keep it free. Let's take our freedoms. Let's exercise our freedoms, and let these ass and bass wipe, no count, good for nothing, son of a bitch and political parasitical punks that we call politicians, these low-life bastards, let's let them know that we're tired. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, people. We've taken more than one step. Let's keep stepping and stepping on these cockroach-sucking son of a bitches. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Madison County Courthouse. If you love this country, if you love the veterans for what they've done, and I do, let's go show our support. Let's show our support for them, for everything that they've done for us. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll all come out. Let's support this great country. Let's support the people who supported us all these years. This is wrong what they're doing in Madison County. It's wrong what Alan Dunstan's doing. It's wrong what these politicians do to us day in and day out. So let's continue. Let's continue to unite. Men, women, black, white, Democrats, Republicans, independents, everyone. Let's unite and expose these rotten bastard political parasitical punks that we call politicians. And let's vote them out of office, people. That is our right. That is our privilege. That is our obligation to do right by future generations. Let's get rid of these politicians. Let's replace them with public servants. Let's destroy these rotten bastards once and for all. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away.